Hey, if you have one of these, I don't know, 2010 through 2014, I believe, F-150s with any of the motors, the 3.5, 3.7, or the 5.0 here, and you have a condition where the vehicle starts and stalls or doesn't start at all, feels like a flooded condition, or maybe you just have high negative fuel trims, I got a quick video for you. You're watching the Car Doctor channel. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim. I'm here at my repair shop, Donor Auto in Anchorage, Alaska, and a customer brought in this car. Complaint of a hard starting condition when cold. Vehicle extended cranking, finally fired up, ran kind of flooded. First thing we did is connect the scan tool, and I checked for codes. There's no codes, but monitored the long-term fuel trims, and they were high negative fuel trims when I checked it. So got a couple checks we can do for the common problems associated with this. You have a condition where the vehicle starts and stalls, or like this, it just starts and stalls, or it's hard starting or won't start during cold temperatures. First thing you want to do, just as a test, you don't even need a scan tool, is just disconnect the connector on the mass airflow sensor. It's got one of those red little safety retainer deals. You pop out the red deal here, and then you depress the little button and disconnect the sensor. So if you disconnect that and it runs normally, if you disconnect this and your fuel trims return to normal, then you know you have a problem with the mass airflow. Definitely double check your connector here. These are very problematic. The wiring themselves, the connector loosens up on the pins. You want to verify that that's all cool. On a side note, if you end up replacing the mass airflow on this car, I highly recommend the Motorcraft unit only. Okay, we've got it removed from the vehicle, and the mass airflow is retained by a couple T20 tamper-proof Torx. We'll just remove it. And we'll take a look. Okay, there we go. See if we can see this here. We got some contamination down there. Kind of looks like a bug. See if I can. There we go. We have a fly in the ointment. Waiter, I have a fly in my mass airflow, and that will definitely affect your readings. One thing I want to show you all is I guess he just had an oil change service, but the air filter itself, I found some leaves and debris on top of it. You can see this stuff down here. There's actually leaves stuck up in here, so I thought I'd find a leaf in there, but the filter itself is just clogged full. But what happens, I think, is when people are servicing this air filter, or just the oil change place is checking the air filter, they don't disconnect the clamp and the mass airflow wiring, and then they just try to pry this out of here, and then all this crap falls out into there, and they don't see it when they stick things back in there. Obviously, they didn't see that the filter is just packed full. So, just, bad service. No fault of the customer, but I won't name names, but these people that did this should have known better. So I will get an air filter and we'll clean that mass airflow up. Got a 4 air filter And I'm just gonna use some CRC mask cleaner and just jet it down in there. Clean it out, and that should be good. And we'll install that. Go put it in the vehicle. Okay. I'm just gonna suck out the air cleaner box real quick. That'll prevent that garbage from re-entering the intake track in the future if anyone services the air cleaner. And we'll go ahead and reinstall. And we'll just tighten down our hose clamp and we'll be good to go. All right. Okay, now that we've completed the repairs, I'm going to go ahead and reset the keep alive memory, which we need to do to clear the fuel trims, which we've done here. You want to make sure and test drive it fully. Make sure you relearn the idle and it's not going to stall before you turn it back over to the customer or your wife or your worst enemy, whichever one you prefer. Let's go run it outside for a bit. Well, driven around for a bit here, and we have 0 for our long-term fuel trims, which is a very good sign. So, pretty sure we've made a successful repair. I did get permission from the customer to go ahead and do plugs. They've never been done. We're at 135K, so it's time. I'm going to do plugs and coil boots on this thing. And anytime you have a rich condition resulting in a hard start, it'd probably be best off, even if you repair the issue, to go ahead and do plugs, since they're probably pretty carbon fouled. But I hope this video was helpful, inspirational, educational, and sensational. I appreciate you watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.